courtroom so all Americans can see what's happening in our criminal justice system. And I would hope the Department of Justice would join in that effort so that we take the curtain away and all Americans get to see what's happening.
Donald Trump's lawyers seem to be in agreement with a lot of the people pushing to have the indicted ex-president's federal trial broadcast to the American public, something that I thought seems like a pretty good idea. That said, the FBI-involved shooting in Provo, Utah today is a perfect example of the power of Trump's rhetoric and how it can fuel violent threats against people, in today's case, President Joe Biden, but also Alvin Bragg. Former prosecutor Nick Akerman, who worked on the prosecution of Richard Nixon during Watergate, penned a very prescient op-ed in the New York Times arguing for the trial not to be televised, writing, quote, "I tried a number of mafia and organized crime cases. It was difficult, if not impossible, to persuade ordinary citizens to testify in such cases because they were all fearful of physical retaliation. Even armed with subpoena power, I was reluctant to force people to testify, not only because of the real danger that existed, but also because the impact that fear would have on their testimony before a jury. The Trump trials are no different." I'm joined now by Nick Akerman, who serves as Assistant U.S. Attorney in the Southern District of New York, and Charles Coleman, Civil Rights Attorney, former prosecutor for the Brooklyn DA. I really found your piece interesting, and particularly because I felt like I had mostly been reading people saying we should televise it.
Transparency.
Yeah. So say more. I mean, this isn't quite a mob trial, right? Donald Trump is not quite a mobster.
No, but the people who support him and the fact that he's really a cult leader and that there are people out there in this cult that will do almost anything. They will take the slightest little words that Donald Trump says and act on them. This wasn't the first incident, by the way. We had a shooter that was in Cincinnati outside the FBI field office looking to shoot FBI agents after a search warrant was executed on Mar-a-Lago. So this is not the first time, Chris.
I, in fact, had even forgotten that.
And I think that the real danger here is who would want to be on a witness stand that would be televised to the entire world, where they would suddenly become a major target of these people.